Hello and thanks for joining me, Sport Pilot James Glory, on another exciting episode of Sport Bible on TNT, where we'll bring you exciting and latest sport happenings across the world of sport every Tuesday. This week won't be an exception, so I will implore you to please stay tuned, because we'll be right back shortly after this break. Welcome back. It's a beautiful Tuesday. I'll be starting from the world of Formula One on this week's episode of Sport Vibe on TNT. Remember, over the weekend we saw Max Verstappen winning his first race at the Formula One season for the 2025 season, and it's an interesting one as he put up a fight with Lando Norris to get that position in the Formula One season. You would know that the Formula One season has been an exciting one, as McLaren's driver has been getting podium recently in the 3 races that has been run in this season already, and in the Japanese Grand Prix where Max Verstappen was able to win his first race, we saw Lando Norris winning the 2nd position and Oscar Piastri finishing 3rd position at the Japanese Grand Prix. An interesting one for McLaren's driver, as only 1 point separate Lando Norris and Max Verstappen right now in the driver's standing in the world of Formula One. They have 62 and 61 respectively in the world of Formula One, and this season has promised to be an interesting one, particularly for the McLaren's driver, as McLaren's team are currently having 111 points ahead of every other constructors in the world of Formula One this season. An interesting one for them, but more interesting one for Max Verstappen, who has shown to everyone that class remains permanent in the world of Formula One. And quickly, let's switch our attention to the world of football, starting from the Premier League, where we'll talk about Southampton, who has been officially relegated from the Premier League this season after being able to accumulate just 10 points after playing 31 matches in the Premier League this season. Is a devastating one for them, having gotten that to the Premier League last season and being promoted to the Premier League, yet again relegated to the Championship this season. Is going to be a devastating one for Southampton getting back to the Championship. And you also know that Ipswich are on the verge of getting back to the Championship, and it's just a matter of time for it to be confirmed. Ipswich and Leicester getting back to the Championship, where they came from last season. But an interesting one, talking about another league, we talk about the Ligue 1, where Paris Saint-Germain has been crowned champion of French competition. Remember, they were able to defeat Ajax during the weekend, and this means that crowns them the champion of France for the 13th time and 4th time in a row. It's an interesting one for Paris Saint-Germain, who are yet to be defeated in league football this season after being able to win their matches being played in the Ligue 1 this season. And Paris Saint-Germain are yet again the champion of the French Ligue 1. An interesting one for Luis Enrique, who is eyeing another Champions League quarter-final match between himself and Aston Villa. Will they be able to proceed to that phase and probably to the semi-finals, where they'll be setting up a semi-finals between them or Arsenal Football Club? It's going to be an interesting season for Paris Saint-Germain, who are yet to win the Champions League. They already have a trophy in their cabinet this season. So many things to fight for this season in the world of football for Paris Saint-Germain, with their eyes on the prize. But another league where we talk about the Italian Serie A, we talk about Real Madrid, who are also hoping to win a trophy this season. They were defeated by Valencia during the weekend, 2-1, their first away victory for Valencia, and the Spanish La Liga came at the Santiago Bernabeu against Real Madrid. Quite a devastating one for Real Madrid, who were hoping to close the gap between them and Barcelona, but they were defeated over the weekend, and their rival Barcelona at the Spanish La Liga were held on draw against Real Betis, where we know that we saw them play 1-1 goals apiece during the weekend. It's going to be a devastating result for Barcelona, who saw Real Madrid dropping points, but they could not accumulate more than 1 point at the top of the Spanish La Liga this season, and this means that it's 4 points difference between Barcelona and Real Madrid this season at the Spanish La Liga. Atletico Madrid were able to get a crucial win against Sevilla during the weekend. It's going to be an interesting one, particularly in the Spanish La Liga, where we'll be seeing Barcelona hopefully winning the Spanish La Liga this season, but you cannot write off Real Madrid, who are good in fighting to the latter end in every competition. And let's see how far that will be going in the Spanish La Liga this season. And you permit me to go on a very short break, and when we're right back, we continue right from where we stop.
JK Royal Signatures, a blend of African fabric.
Welcome back, and still talking football. Let's digress back to the Premier League, where we witnessed an interesting weekend in the Premier League, where Liverpool were beaten by Fulham 3-2, a devastating result for the Ancelotti side, who were hoping to extend their lead at the top of the Premier League table. They were defeated for the first time since September, Liverpool suffering their second defeat, and Fulham being able to end Liverpool 26 matches undefeated in the Premier League. Quite an interesting one for Fulham, who were able to capitalize on Liverpool's error and delay them being crowned champions in the Premier League. They have given hope to Arsenal Football Club on chasing the title down to the latter day of the Premier League, as only 11 points is between Arsenal Football Club and Liverpool. Liverpool are yet to play Arsenal, who were held draw against Everton over the weekend. It's going to be an interesting battle, as we already know that the champion of France has been crowned. We are yet to see the champion in England and in Spain being crowned, as Liverpool will be chased down by Arsenal Football Club. Nottingham Forest were able to maintain their position in the Premier League, and as Chelsea were also able to retain the Champions League spots, where they occupy the 4th position in the Premier League this season. It was a great one during the weekend, as we witnessed the Manchester derby between Manchester City and Manchester United. It ended goalless between these two, and one of the boring matches that we have watched in the Manchester derby. It's going to be the last match for Kevin De Bruyne in the colours of Manchester City, particularly in the Manchester derby. It's going to be a devastating result for Manchester City, as they hope to finish in the Champions League position this season, but a draw against Manchester United means that they are off the top 4 in the Premier League this season. A great result for Manchester United, considering the form that they are in going into the Europa League this season, and if they will be able to defeat Lyon on Thursday, particularly to get a trophy won this season for Manchester United. They played their ways and they were hoping to win that particular one, but it all ended in a goalless draw between Manchester United and Manchester City over the weekend. And also we saw a draw between Chelsea Football Club and Brentford over the weekend. So many interesting results over the weekend. That Arsenal also were held draw. Liverpool suffered a defeat. And also talking about the matches that will be played tonight in the UEFA Champions League, the greatest competition in club football. We will be seeing Arsenal Football Club taking on Real Madrid, as Real Madrid were defeated by Valencia over the weekend. Arsenal Football Club, coming from a draw, will be open to defeat Real Madrid and extend their run in the UEFA Champions League to the semi-finals, as Real Madrid, we also know, and this is their favorite competition in the world of football. Will they be able to defeat Arsenal Football Club to set up a semi-final between them and Paris Saint-Germain, or Aston Villa will be facing Paris Saint-Germain tonight in the world of football? Barcelona still remain one of the favorites of winning the UEFA Champions League, as they'll be facing Dortmund tonight in the world of football. You cannot write off Inter Milan, also who will be facing Bayern Munich tonight in the world of football, particularly in the UEFA Champions League. It's an interesting week already, starting from tonight in the world of football, as sit tight and enjoy the UEFA Champions League tonight, and over the weekend enjoy the club football that will be taking place. And this is the length at which we'll be going on this week episode of Sport Vibe on TNT Work. For more news and sports stories, follow us across our various social media handles at Sport Vibe on TNT Work. Enjoy your week, remain a law-abiding citizen, stay safe. Thank you.